Hello and welcome back to yet another Toonkind at 12 FPS in the AI server. I am one of your hosts for today, Spec or Spectral Haunts, and I will be playing one Queen. I am joined today by the lovely, the wonderful, the very creative and fun. You should definitely check out some of the games they've DM'd and some of the characters, but I am joined by the lovely, wonderful.
Currently dying and blushing into my hands. Hi, I'm Portal. I am never prepared for when people point that love gun in my direction. Hi, I'm also here. And I'm gonna be playing, You Audience.
I just got it.
You just got it?
I've never heard the full name said out loud.
You Audience. Because he's based on the player character, and
I'm
therefore pun.
suffering.
Then suffer.
Okay.
Vengeance.
Ouch. All right.
Vengeance
Where
against
were we?
everyone who has made pun names that I haven't gotten until like 3 games in.
All right. Well, for this FPS, luckily I'm not bringing a pun name to us. Um, and instead I hold up Quinn, because you see Quinn, he's not actually an official like detective of Villestown. He just kind of exists here because Minami's here, and he kind of is working with Minami. But he doesn't actually like work for any of the official detectives in Villestown. But that doesn't mean he doesn't ever need help from them. Especially because he picked up a case and he realized, oh, this references a previous case, things that happened. So because Quinn has a decent intelligence score, he went, you know what? I should probably get information on this previous case. I wonder if Detective Moria has anything. So he has found himself just making his way downtown, walking fast, faces past him. He's Moria bound, but
Oh my god! Spec, I
and
love
he
you.
finds. Thank you. I do my best to entertain. And he has found himself outside Moria's office because he is planning on seeing if he can get access to that case file. Something which will never have any problems. He's never had a problem getting the case file. This is a fluff FPS. We shoved that behind.
You.
Anyways, he gives a little knock on the door and slowly pushes it open.
Uh, and the agency is pretty much the same as he's used to, with one small difference. There's a new desk here, just kind of in the waiting room. Uh, and there is a person sitting behind that desk. A youngish looking tune, maybe Tezuka. You're not quite sure. Um, Brown hair, brown eyes. You actually roll me history to see if you recognize this face from this morning.
Nope. Ah, his modifiers cannot save him on this one.
Oh boy.
All right.
8.
1 second. I gotta bully someone real quick.
Who are we bullying? Hello?
1 second. I'm bullying one of the members of the gallery.
Ah, understandable.
But yeah, no, that's an 8. He doesn't remember shit.
Ah, gotta love that early morning memory loss.
Which is really funny because Quinn is actually an early bird. Well, correction, he's not naturally an early bird, but he gets up early quite often. He should be used to this. But Yeah, that must have been before coffee. That was before coffee earlier.
Mm-hmm. You got a 12 on recognizing Quinn. Do you think that's enough?
Yeah.
All right. So, this guy who is sitting at this newly installed desk looks up at you and is like, "Hello, welcome to Detective Moria's agency. I am Yu Audien's Miss Moria's secretary. Miss Moria is out at the moment, but I would be happy to help you however I can. Oh, hey, you're that guy from the cafe this morning. Hi."
Okay, I'm gonna roll two things. One, I want to see if Quinn gets the pun. For his sake, that is a below a 10. That is a 10, so I'm gonna say he doesn't. It flies over his head. He's safe from that psychic damage. He kind of blinks, and I'm gonna roll again at advantage to see if he realizes who you are now. Quinn, buddy, please. He's struggling here, my dude. Um, it takes him a second, but he does blink and he goes, "Oh, tower. I'm sorry, I Quinn," and he holds out his hand. His face a little burning a little.
You just laughs and says, "No, it's all right. Whenever that one pops up, it's always something interesting." And he will take Quinn's hand for a quick shake, and then sit back down at his desk, and kind of look Quinn over and just be like, "So, what can I help you with?"
Well, I was actually hoping to talk to Miss Moria. You said that you'd be able to take a message for her?
Yeah, I can do that. And he will rummage through the desk for a minute, pull out a notepad and pen, and say, "What would you like me to tell her?"
Um, I was hoping if she would mind giving me access to the file case for the murder of Mr. Doe the Third, that took place a couple of years ago.
"Oh, you need access to the record system. Well, I can do that."
Yes, I didn't know for sure if she had the file. I couldn't remember if it took place before she got here, but I heard that she was able to. If I remember correctly, yeah, I was hoping she'd at least have it because I know she sometimes has taken up files, either to work on other cases or because people have asked her to look into them if they weren't solved yet.
Yeah, no, no, that one's in our records. Let me check something. And he's going to roll d10 to use hammer space. That works. He pulls out a little device that, when he first pulls it out, looks kind of like a compact makeup mirror. But when he flicks it open, a bunch of glowing aqua green hologram screens pop out and start like blinking and glowing and swirling around him, and he just kind of tabs through some of them, finds one that's labeled with a little journal icon in the top corner, taps that, scrolls through it. Yes, yes. Right. All right. Yeah, you have clearance. I can get you that.
Oh, thank you. And he
Awesome.
kind of blinks with surprise. He's kind of looking at that little device like, what the?
Let's see. Do I have to roll insight to see if he?
No, that is very much an obviously confused face.
And you will kind of look at Quinn's confusion and tilt his head and say, "Something wrong?"
I, sorry, I'm not used to tune technology yet.
Oh, this isn't Toon Tech.
It isn't? Is it perhaps Yetish then?
I have no idea what that means. No, this is Mirror Tech.
M- what's that? And he
Um,
kind of looks genuinely interested as he tilts his head.
you kind of scratches at the back of his neck and says, "I don't really know super how it works. Basically, the place I come from, uh, instead of like phones and computers and whatnot, we have these pocket mirrors." And he kind of turns his around, and on the inside, it does genuinely look like a mirror. It just has a sequence of buttons, kind of like a rotary phone in the middle.
Quinn
And
gives like a little snap. Oh, so it's closer to Magitech.
yeah, essentially.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
This one's not the latest model, but my classmate Edia made it for me, and it's pretty handy. It handles everything I need it to, at least. Such as, and he will tap a different tab, this one with a little filing cabinet icon in the top corner, and it will pop up a map of the records room. And he will look that over, and he looks over at you, Quinn, and says, okay, so you said you were looking for Doe the Third. Is that John or Jane?
John.
John. Okay. There's a lot of Johns and Janes and Does and whatnot and what have you.
Exactly. If the murder, the date of the death was, and he lists out a date.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to risk continuity errors by giving an exact one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
And you nods and asks, do you know when it would have been reported?
it, I believe the lady said it was reported 2 days after that.
Righto. All right. So that would be cabinet 7C, drawer 5. Okay. This way, please. And he will get up from the desk and start walking towards the back. And Quinn, roll perception again.
Alrighty. Quinn, buddy. Is this because I made fun of Juby earlier? Is this my revenge?
The dice's vengeance. 14. Yeah, no. Quinn, something brushes against the back of your leg.
No, he kind of jumps and he instantly whips his head around and jumps back.
There is a cat that is now looking at you very much in the, like, you know that way cats look at people where it's just like, what? I'm walking here. Like, very much New Yorker energy.
Oh my gosh.
There is a little cat with flaming ears and a flaming tail staring at you because she had been trying to follow and you just fucking freaked out.
Okay, Quinn's not smart. He's gonna get a point and goes, is that yours?
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's Dyer. Dyer, be polite. Meow. I don't
It,
care if he bumped into you. Say sorry. You obviously startled him. Meow.
oh, you're using speak with animals, I'm guessing.
No, I just understand her. Unfortunately. Meow. Yes, it is unfortunate. I have to hear you talking all the time.
Well, I need
Meow.
you to know how funny these cat meows are.
Huh?
I could just, I need you to know how good and how funny these cat meows are because I can hear the tone inflection in them and it's killing me.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Gwen kind of looks between the two of them before he kind of frowns and goes, is it safe for her to be with the filing cabinets? Won't she set something on fire with her ears and tail like that?
Not if I keep an eye on her and she behaves herself. Which, that's about a 50-50 shot on the second one, but I'm pretty good at keeping her under control.
Hmm. Okay.
The cat seems very dissatisfied with the idea that she needed to be under control.
Quinn is handing me very mixed feelings on sentient cat, which is not surprising, but yes. This is this is a cat, right?
Huh? Uh,
Quinn says that. Like this isn't like a person or anything.
it's
Shapeshift into a cat, right?
Oh, yeah. No, no. She's a cat. She always has been a cat as far as I know.
Okay.
At the very least she hasn't said
Okay.
otherwise. Just don't call her a raccoon. She hates that.
Why would I? He kind of looks back. Uh, that's not the animal I would have gone for, but okay, duly noted.
Meow. Her name's Dyer. She's not exactly my familiar, more like the demon I was strong-armed into babysitting.
Well, that sounds like a bit of a dire situation.
Ha ha. Haven't heard
Quinn,
that one before.
Quinn kind of gives a little choke. Sorry, I couldn't help the joke there.
It's fine. You were smoother about it than some people are.
He kind of rubs the back of his neck nervously. Well, if you don't mind her, then I guess I have no say in this. She is your cat after all,
And
babysitting or not.
she just kind of likes to follow around. She shouldn't cause any trouble. Or at the very least, she didn't cause any trouble when I was organizing the file, so I should hope she's not going to cause any trouble now. Extreme
I
side eye.
I hope so too. I really don't need to explain to Moria that my involvement got the office burned down.
Oh, don't worry.
That
I wouldn't let that happen. I always take full responsibility for my actions, including my inactions with my inability to stop my cat from doing arson.
well, yes, yes, but I know I wouldn't want you to take the full blame when I'm here too to help try and calm the problem, and you shouldn't have to take the whole blame. I don't want anything to happen to your job.
Okay, but consider it literally would not be your fault.
But consider I could help. Not to mention, I don't know there's a million possibilities that can lead to it. I'm just saying, I don't want you to get in trouble.
Well, that's appreciated. Thank you. Anyway, let's get you some information on a
Yes,
dead guy.
yes, please. I'd like to try and get this case taken care of, so thank you.
Sure thing. And he will lead the way into the back room or into the
Quinn
records room.
Quinn follows him and kind of just big looks around at all the filing cabinets, kind of just running a hand through his hair. And it's like that is a lot of cabinets.
Yeah, I was surprised that we had enough, but luckily we had just enough to get what we've got organized, so I shouldn't have to pick up any more for a while. At the very least, not until the end of this year.
He makes a little seesaw hand motion. How long have you been in Villestown?
Couple months.
Have you met a small kid by the name of Camille?
Uh, he's on the he's on the clearance list for accessing this room
Of
freely,
course he is.
but I don't think I've met him yet. I think he works here.
I am sadly aware of that fact. Just a small thing to know. You're gonna probably want to get another cabinet file.
Another filing
Ooh,
cabinet?
yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Don't normally go to the. I don't normally work in this part of the field.
Oh, you're okay. That's what people like me are for. You guys get to have the fun adventures, and we do the pencil pushing.
Well, I hope it doesn't get too boring.
Oh,
I at
no,
least hope some of the cases are interesting.
oh no, trust me, I would much rather have boring than interesting. I've had enough of interesting. Anyway,
Yes, anyways. Sorry.
you're fine, dude. You don't need to apologize so much. All right, hang on. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7C. And he basically just completely drops to the floor in a squat and pulls open the bottom drawer.
We should. Okay.
Here we go. And you said John Doe, that'd be under D. The third. Was this the one in February or in September?
February.
February. Okay. February. And right, here we go.
Thank you so much. And he kind of reaches forward to take the case file.
You pulls himself up with one of the handles on the filing cabinet and hands Quinn the file, nudging the drawer shut with his heel.
Quinn
After
is
sticking a certain card in where that folder was that just says borrowed, so that no one thinks it was stolen.
good idea. Quinn almost instantly is kind of it has opened the case file and kind of licked his fingers and is starting to rapidly flip through it.
I'm pretty sure we have like a more comfortable study room somewhere in here if you'd rather sit down. It
Oh,
doesn't.
no need. I stand a lot while working on cases.
All right, so you're fine.
He kind of snorts and he goes, "It's not that bad. Helps get the energy out, you know."
I wish I could say I did, but my problem's more on keeping energy in.
Quinn kind of tilts his head and before giving a small shrug and nod. Fair enough.
So, forgive me a bit of curiosity. What sort of thing do you need this for?
Oh, murder.
Oh, is that all?
Oh yeah, no. I'm trying to figure out if it was a revenge murder or not. So you're seeing if
Oh.
this is the core. And this is one of my few leads, so I'm looking into this one right now because it's been the most promising, has the most evidence, and the most motivation. And
Mm-hmm.
he's saying this all very calmly and deadpan while he's flipping through this.
And you is just nodding and just like gives a glance at Dyer, who's just sitting on top of the filing cabinet. Just like, you're hearing this, right? Am I going insane? No, I'm not
This is
going
a
insane.
very this is a very normal 17-year-old, Your Honor.
You are clearly very normal about this.
Oh, sorry. I could I could be more lighthearted if that would make you more comfortable.
No, no, it's fine. It's just, how old are you?
17.
Okay, at least you're older than me, but Christ on a cracker. You're talking about murder like you're discussing the weather. Are you okay?
Well, it's not an uncommon pace to take. I
It's
I find
not?
that over. Oh, I find that overhyping. That there's a reason I said that you're gonna need another filing cabinet.
I I know that there's a lot of murders in here cuz I organized all of these and I had to read all of them. But I assumed that it was just because that's the specialization of this particular. That's just normal around here?
And it depends. Does I will admit that I do use them more since that is my specialization. But no, they happen enough that I know for a fact there's. Uh, he starts counting. There's three people who live here who I know know four. haven't talked to him as much, but there's four people I know who specialize in murders who work here. There's one from Toontown who comes and visits occasionally, and then there's one person who doesn't specialize in it but does handle them occasionally.
Holy
And all
shit.
of us stay busy.
Holy shit. That. I'm not crazy, right? That sounds like a problem.
Well, every town I've lived in has been like that.
That definitely sounds like a problem.
Quinn is phenomenally in a murder magnet who should not be counted as Shinogi.
You is not aware of this and is now very concerned for this kid's safety.
No, yeah, no, my hometown had plenty of them. Comes with being the capital, and then here another capital. So
This is a capital city?
isn't Villestown a capital?
Is it? I,
Out
I,
of character, I can't remember.
I think it is. Yeah, it is. I just. You wouldn't know this because he doesn't know geography. He's new.
If I'm wrong, correct me, world. But yeah, no, to my knowledge, Villestown is a it is a capital. At least that's what. All right, Thunder. Okay, I get it. I get it. Calm down.
The weather
Sorry.
is adding to the ominous
Yeah.
vibe.
It's like it's especially because like it's bright and cheery, basically to see. But going on. He's like, oh yeah, no, it's fine, really. I've never been a danger to me.
I
Anyone who knows Quinn Lord knows that he is lying. So you can roll insight if you want.
happily. I've got a +10 to that.
Let me roll his deception. All right, Quinn. Thank you for that.
13.
Yeah. So remember how I said Quinn has the +11 to something?
It's deception, isn't it?
I was a 29.
God damn it.
Yep. Quinn has never once been in danger in his life.
You does just give him a quick, like, skeptical glance, but also just kind of shrugs because, well, I mean, if you're so sure about it, it's not really my place to ask, but also, holy shit. Dude, what the hell? Ignore the squeaking of my chair if you can hear it on the mic.
I cannot, so we all good.
But
Just ignore the thunder in the background if you can hear it.
I also cannot, so we're all good.
Quinn just comes down and goes, so yeah, no, it's just what I specialize in. I've done it for a couple of years. It's really just I figured you wouldn't be as bothered by it considering how many case files you had to go through. I
Well,
mean,
I mean, to be fair, I assumed that it was just, the specialization of this agency, I mean, I assume, I don't know, I didn't actually interact with detectives and private eyes and whatnot so much back home, and I mean, in the mirror, we didn't even fucking have a justice system, but um and there is a slight touch of venom to that last comment, and he just
you
kind of
didn't wait, you didn't have a justice system there? Quinn looks personally offended by this news.
yeah, no, there wasn't really a justice system. That's kind of what happens when um all anyone cares about is whether or not you can do magic, and also no one knows how to govern magic. So people just get away with shit like all the time.
That sounds like you definitely need a jet. I mean, oh gosh. Okay, out of character, I need you to understand, please do not let you take this offer. But Quinn kind of frowns and goes, my home country has done really good handling the use of magic and making sure it doesn't get out of control while still keeping up a justice system. If you want, I could see if anyone from there could try and help establish one.
appreciate the offer, but I am never ever going back to the fucking mirror if I can help it in my life. So,
Okay.
no, thank you.
All right.
I'm not going back
Well,
to the place where I got blackmailed into fucking stealing a photograph for the fish mafia.
the, out of character, I'm I'm really concerned about that information. But a character Quinn just could go, it's a new one.
Yeah, let it stay that way. Don't let there be a fish mafia here. We don't need another fish mafia.
I don't plan on finding out. That's not my specialty after all.
It's not mine either, but it wound up being my problem. You just kind of throws his hands in the air and just says, like I said, I much prefer boring.
I guess you've just had your fair share of adventure already. That's definitely fair. Well, in that case, I hope only the most boring of times for you in the future.
Thank you. That is much appreciated.
Quinn is looking at you so concerned.
You can roll insight on this guy if you want. Just,
I will.
it's
And we're back to the normal rules.
I will say it is very obvious. Like, you can read his face very easily. Yeah, even with a 10, you can read his face, like, very easily. He is genuine, he is tired, and he is exasperated with just so much stupid happened wherever he just came from. This is much better.
Well, I will warn you to if you want to keep things boring, this may not be the best place for that.
I mean, maybe, but also, Miss Moria is the first person who was ever nice to me, so.
M- Do you, do you need someone to like set you up in like a somewhere else with nice people?
No, I'm fine where I am.
Quinn is just so concerned. He's like, I mean,
Sorry,
is it
that came out wrong. What I mean is, like, I trust her. She's
okay?
she's been nice to me, and she hasn't, she helped me get set up with an apartment and stuff. And
Yeah,
so
no,
I
that
work for
makes
her
sense.
now.
Yeah, no, the people of Villestown have been very helpful with stuff like that. So,
Yeah, everyone I've met so far has been decent. I met this guy at the flower shop the other day. He was cool. Very sappy about his partner.
ah, Quinn makes like a little face at that. It's not quite disgusted, not quite upset, not quite happy. It's just like a, uh,
Ugh.
how, I hope it didn't like make you uncomfortable or anything.
Oh, God, no, no. I was helping him put together a flower bouquet.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, it's refreshing.
To meet people help people with a bouquet.
To meet people who are actually willing to say they like other people in their lives.
It's You know what? No, Quinn wouldn't say that. Quinn, you little idiot. You can't judge this. Yeah, well, that's just how some people are. You got to learn to read between the lines. And I find.
Yeah, true. You just kind of shrugs. To each their own, I suppose.
To each their own, which that's fair and fine. It'd be it'd be a little too boring for both of us if everyone was the same.
God, yeah, no, can you imagine? Ugh.
You got to keep some things interesting.
Mm
Quick wiggle.
hmm. And you will
Sorry,
have.
I'm shaking my dice really rapidly.
You're fine. And you will kind of like look around the file, look around the records room and just be like, so is there any other files you need to take a look at? You mentioned that this
Mm,
was your kind of main lead. Do you have any others you want to follow up on?
uh, hmm. Yes, if possible. And he starts listing out a few more names and dates,
Mm-hmm.
which he does wait between each one so that you can find the document.
Mm-hmm. And it's honestly, knowing that he organized the entire place, it's not too surprising, but at some point he just straight up like closes up the little mirror and sticks it back in his pocket and just starts going through the files normally, and he's really quick with it.
Quinn is, no lie, impressed.
Just he will, collect the stack of files and just hold them out to Quinn like, these ones?
Yes, and Quinn will take each of them, and every time he gets one, he'll kind of tuck it under his arm. He's not going to try to read all of them while standing. He has some level of self-preservation.
And you will still just look at him and say, I will repeat, we have a table.
Oh yeah, I'll probably use that since I have a collection.
Mm-hmm.
I might try and spread them out, see if I can notice a pattern with them.
Hmm. That's always interesting. And you will lead the way to aforementioned table.
Quinn walks over to the table and he starts like opening up the case files and placing them out, each of them. And he starts like he takes like he makes sure to keep them separated, but he starts organizing each individual photo by like by like the notes, the pictures, any information on them. And then he just starts kind of almost circling the table, kind of moving things around occasionally.
Mm-hmm. Hang on, I need to like roll a d2 to determine whether something happens.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, so while he's doing this, Dyer is going to hop up onto one of the chairs and start looking at the photos.
It is there are some photos of dead bodies, to no one's surprise. There's also photos of the victims, of the suspects for the solved cases. It's the people who were confirmed, some of the relatives. There's photos of crime scenes, stuff like that. And Quinn is studying every one of these down to the note. Like he is like serious deadpan face. He's like biting his lip a little, and then sometimes biting his thumb as he thinks. Just his little, he's got his brows like pushed down and everything, and he is just like analyzing everything in it, from like the where the location was, how the crime was set up, how they were murdered, who was convicted, what did the suspects look like, how were they, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he eventually, at one point, even reaches into his hoodie's jacket and pulls out a really small notebook and pen and starts jotting stuff down on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, out of curiosity, what would I have to roll to, like, maybe see a hidden pattern in this?
That's just being intelligent.
Okay, let's see.
Intelligence or an investigation, whichever's higher, if they're not the same.
Dice Parser has been mean to me, or not Dice Parser, Avray has been mean to me, so I'm just gonna use the in DMV roll. Holy shit. Oh, wait, no, that's wisdom. Never mind. Holy shit!
Oh boy. Let me see what Quinn did. Probably, with that holy shit, you're probably could have gotten it before him. Yeah, you sure get it before him. You Quinn doesn't notice it in time, but you notice that. Oh gosh, I'm having to make up a connection right here. I didn't think this far through. Um,
I mean,
impromptu murder mystery. No,
I
this
can
is
make up a
this is
connection
good
for
enough.
you if you want.
I got you. I got one.
Okay.
All the people who had been murdered, all the crime scenes were missing. Had were noted to have been a robbery as well.
Hmm. And you will kind of like come up to stand behind Dyer, who is still like studying these photos with just the most intense expression on her face, despite being absolutely no thoughts, head empty. Bless this cat. Um, and you will look it over and just kind of point at that fact and say, they all have the same thing stolen from them.
Quinn kind of blinks and he goes, wait, you're right. And he starts motion going through them and sorry, the lightning just lit up my room. He starts going through them. maybe he'll glance back there for a second. He kind of goes through them all, and he notices that, and he quickly reaches into I can say he has a backpack for today. He reaches into a backpack and pulls out a case file of his own, which you could tell because it has his own handwriting and everything, and starts flipping through it and goes, "Yeah, that, huh? Okay." Yes, the victim did.
Hmm?
What is the requirements to check out a case file? Like, for a decent time, like take it out of the office.
Um, well, I have kind of a sign out sheet set up. Um, do you want to pick a sticker?
Sure. I shit.
You okay? Spec? Spec, are you alive? Do 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 do. Spec, Spec, are you dead? Oh no! Please forgive the technical difficulty. So Spec is currently dealing with a storm that has taken out their internet. So now I am left alone to entertain the audience. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 do. And now I shall sing the me theme. Do 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 do. Da do da da do 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 do. Oh, hello, hello. Spec, Spec, are you alive? Spec, speak to us. Do you live? I hear rustling. Do you live? By our powers combined, we will summon you back from the ether. Holy shit. Oh boy. And now the dogs are barking in the background. Dogs go bork bork. Storm says no case file for you. Oh, okay. We support you. You can do this. I can hear you. Hello.
So, fun fact. Not only is all the internet down, sorry audience, by the way, for the technical difficulties, but a couple of things I should note. One, I'm going to sound a lot worse now. I'm actually on my phone speaker because my headphone mics are not working for my phone, and my computer has decided to die. So I'm now on my phone speaker. So sorry that the audio quality just went down.
You're fine. You sound great.
So yes, it's also repeatedly storming and lightning outside. So I'm just gonna unplug my computer real quick.
Yeah, that might be for the best.
All right. Is the internet connecting? Yeah, no, I think our internet's actually down. So I'm currently on data. So we can try and finish because luckily I do have in-person dice. And this sheet already pulled up.
That works for me. Are you going to be okay?
Oh, I'm gonna be fine. I'm safe in my apartment.
All right.
It was just really funny because I was like, oh yeah, and then I was like, huh, that was a really loud bit of lightning and thunder. It like shook the building, and then it was silence. And I
Yeah,
went, hmm.
the last thing we heard from you was a very muffled oh shit.
That's actually really funny.
The last thing we heard was just a really muffled oh shit, and it was just like, oh no, what happened to Spec?
Yeah, no. Okay, so yes, we can finish up because I know we're probably coming up on the hour. And like I said, I am currently experiencing all the technical difficulties.
So many technical difficulties, it's fine.
Where were
We were talking about checking out files from the system, and Quinn was gonna pick a sticker.
Yes. Quinn goes, what kind of stickers are there then?
Glad you asked. I have several, and you will reach into Hammerspace again and pull out a book of various sticker sheets.
Quinn is just overwhelmed as he stares. No, I'm not picky.
Any favorite colors?
Green.
Green? I can
Green.
I can do green. And he will flip through. Appropriately, the sticker book is also color coded. And there is now a sheet of different green stickers. There are leaves, there are frogs, there are broccolis, there are other things that are green.
Quinn probably picks out like the frogs, a couple of the frogs to use.
Mm-hmm. Hands you the
Um,
idea of them just being little green frogs with crowns.
Beautiful. Yes. Quinn picks out one of those for each of the different case files, and he's like, these will do.
Okay. And you will say, wait here for a second, run back to the records room, and come back with the borrowed cards that he'd stuck in each of the different spaces where the files were, and says, okay, so you just put your sticker right here. And he points to a little spot where there's a dot for a sticker to be put down.
Quinn starts putting the stickers down.
Awesome. And now people know that you have checked out the files, so if they need them, to go to you.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That's a good way of keeping track of them.
Mm-hmm. Plus, it's fun because people get to pick out stickers. Who doesn't like picking out stickers?
He gives a laugh and goes, yes, that is true. Picking out stickers is quite fun.
You just smiles.
Quinn looks at them, and then he puts all the case files together, and after reorganizing them and puts them in his backpack, and he's like, okay, when do you need these back by?
Well, ideally, we'd have them back within a week, but for something that looks to be on a pretty large scale, I'm sure
I
a
can get it
month would
done in
be
a week.
fine.
I got it. A week, you said? Okay.
Oh no, why do I feel like I've just enabled something terrible?
No, he kind of gives off and goes, no, no, no. It's, trust me, it's not as bad as you think. You are just happening to interact with one of the greatest detectives, so a week is plenty of time.
Okay, Batman. Um,
Who?
Nothing. Personal joke.
Okay.
And he kind of uh will go and start putting those cards back in, and once you hear all the drawers getting like rolled around and shooped back into their proper places and then just locked back up.
Quinn's just kind of waiting out there with his backpack, just kind of calmly waiting.
Hang on, I have to roll a d2 to see if something happens again, because it's always a d2 with Dyer. Yep, okay. You do hear like a bit of a scuffle inside of just you arguing with his cat of, no, I can't leave you in here alone. I don't know if you're gonna burn anything. No. Come on. Get down from... No, Dyer, do not get down from there. I swear to God. Oh, come here. And you just hear cat yowling. And
Quinn's gonna walk over and kind of poke his head in.
you see you just dragging Dyer off of the top of one of the filing cabinets.
I see your cat's not behaving.
She knows she's not allowed to be alone in here, but...
I wonder why.
Gee, I sure fucking wonder. Yes, yes, you can be very grumpy about it later, but you'll be happy as a clam once I get you your lunch.
Quinn just kind of gives like a small laugh.
And you will basically just tuck the cat under his arm like a football and then walk back over to the front of the office.
Well, thank you again for helping me find these files.
Of course. If you need any more help, come by and I'll see what I can do.
I
Or
will
Miss Moria
definitely do
might
so.
be here. And she's
Yes.
probably better help than I am. Um,
Um, I try not to bother her when it comes to cases. She has enough on it, but uh, we'll
she
see.
is. She does
I
have a
should have
lot
this one
going on.
under. I should have this one under control. It's not the worst I've dealt with. And thanks to you for pointing out that connection, I should be able to figure it out pretty quickly. That's why I decided I just take these case files. I can take them back to my apartment and start working things out, get all the official paperwork filled out, get ready for the confrontation, all that.
Oh, the conspiracy boarding jazz. Yeah, I get it. And he nods.
Don't use a board. That's a little bit, I don't know, stereotypical for detectives, I guess.
I don't know. I always just found it was a good way to organize, but then I'm weird about organization, so what do I know?
That's fair. I tend to not be the most organizational.
Well, if you ever need help getting organized, let me know. I'm decent at it.
He gives a snort. Will do, though. I kind of like my own chaos.
That's fair. You travel safe.
You do too, or wherever you go after this. Try to try to make it to where we don't. I don't have to worry about that card, and I'd prefer if I ever meet you again, it's off duty, not while on a case.
I make no promises, but I'll do my best.
All right. And he gives a little nod as he moves towards the door.
And you will give a little two-fingered salute, and then, seemingly just to annoy the shit out of his cat, he will pick up one of Dyer's paws and make her wave.
Quinn gives a little laugh and does a little wave to Dyer before he leaves the room and heads back out. He does pause though, um, because as he's pulling out another notebook, he notices that he has a little bit of smudged ink on his hand, and he kind of shakes it, kind of sighs. He figures it's most likely from one of the many times he took Yu's hand or grabbed something. Ink tends to blur a lot, especially with that job. So he just kind of looks at it before glancing around and kind of wiping it off on the bottom of his pants leg. He'll
Mm-hmm.
have to wash that out later, but
But for now, at least, it doesn't show too much against the color.
no, he has dark enough pants. In fact, it almost he can barely see it on his pants, if at all, and at least it's off his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, he begins his way back to where he's staying.
And we finish our FPS.
Yippee!
Thank you so much for playing with me. This was fun. Someone else has been gooped.
Shit.
You
Please
okay?
repeat. There is a pop of crackle. Pop of lightning really close.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Sorry, it jump scared me. We're all good.
Concerned for your well-being, but
I will be fine. It just surprised me.
pop off, my
Anyway,
liege. But anyway, another one has been gooped.
another one has been gooped. Surely there will be no consequences to this. After all, Quinn never has anything go wrong in his life.
Ever.
Ever. Well, thank you
Ever.
again for doing this FPS with me. You were amazing and wonderful and made me laugh, and I'm still suffering from that name. But
You're welcome.
I love Dyer and you. And I love you, dear listeners, both now and in the future. And thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.